Let's start with today's presentation, and first I want you to that you are celebrating that you are still here and you made it to day 4, because most of us we are not very good at celebrating ourselves. We are celebrating others, but we are not celebrating ourselves, and this is something I always want to recognize. It doesn't matter if you are in your fitness journey, weight loss journey, there is always something that you need to celebrate. Usually we are so hard on ourselves that we don't even understand and realize that we are doing something. But as you are here in day 4, you have made it, you are showing and doing something to get better version of yourself. So a little bit about yesterday. Yesterday was a great day. So if you were here yesterday, let me know in the comments what was your biggest takeaway. So because yesterday we were talking, it was all about self-sabotage and getting that new perspective, why you have been your own biggest enemy and why you are not doing things what you know you should be doing. So thank you for coming with open mind and posting those valuable messages in Facebook group, and me privately, those who didn't post in Facebook group, I have been reading. I read all messages and try to reply as many as I can. So by far the biggest struggle what was in comments and messages was all or nothing mindset and thinking, and this together is leading that you are not staying consistent and doing those things what you know what you should be doing, and because we are telling ourselves that we are behind, we missed something, and we give ourselves permission to quit. So today we are talking about why you think that you have been behind, and also on most important things to focus, because the progress, it's not that you don't have to do everything perfectly to see some kind of results. It's rather like, at least I'm that kind of person, that I do rather as minimum as possible, just to see enough results, what keeps me motivated to keep going. And this we are going to talk today. So make sure you watch the whole training, as this will hopefully give you a brand new perspective for everything and why you have been struggling in the past. So I don't know about you, but many of my clients are consistently thinking between 2 options. So you know what you should be doing to reach your fitness goals, if it's a weight loss or if it's something else, but you know what you should be doing, but you at the same time you also want to enjoy life. So which one you would pick? So if it's going to be effective or enjoyable, and most of us are choosing an effective plan during the week, and as soon as the weekend hits, you are like that, I don't want to eat that way or work out, I want to enjoy it. And this applies to busy season of life, holiday season of life, and it's like that you are like right away that, okay, now that effective plan, I forget it, I want to enjoy it, I want to do everything. And what I want to offer you, that there will be kind of overlap, that you can have both. So there is a, if you think that what is that effective plan, you know what you should be doing, or most of us know. And then there is that enjoyment, what you want to have, because we are all humans, and you should be, if you are not able to enjoy life, enjoy your fitness journey, it's not, you are missing so much, because it's possible. And what is that overlap and how to do it for you personally, we are going to go through today. So that overlap will be different for every person. That's something that can combine that effectiveness and enjoyment. And I want you to tell a little bit about diet plans and dieting, and why you have been struggling maybe in the past. So this is the first step, how to know what kind of plan is effective, what is enjoyable. So I have basically 2 lines. So there is on the other line is kind of customized plan, and one size fits all plans. So examples, what does it mean? So examples are customized plans are like if you have your specific calorie and macro goals. So you have somebody have made you what your body needs, what your age, and so on. You know what you should be eating. and then there is that one size fits all plan. So this is all like kind of generic diets like keto, intermittent fasting, paleo, Weight Watchers, Octavia, and so on. There are all kind of those diets out there, and those are like, it's the objective is always the same. And then on the other line is what kind of decisions you are making. So emotional decisions and data-driven decisions. So what does it mean? So emotional decisions usually is like that something that you are good examples are that you are someone who is using scale weight, the only way to measure your progress. So you are stepping up on the scale maybe once in a week, once in a month, and you don't see number you like, and then you are like that, oh, this is not working. I need something else. Or you are following some kind of diet, and then you are, for some reason, that scale is not moving, and you think that, oh, now I'm not making any progress. So you get really emotional about it. And then if you are data-driven decisions, so that you are tracking your progress in several ways, like and that you have kind of big picture, without having a lot of emotions. So you know that, okay, you have been losing fat, you have been making progress in your workouts, you are tracking your progress in several different ways. And these examples are just not to justify you. The idea is to give you an idea where you are now. And remember that it doesn't mean where you are now doesn't mean anything about future. We talked about it in the last day, and it doesn't, what have happened in the past, it doesn't mean anything about future. And what does it mean, these kind of emotions, or emotional, if you are someone who have emotional decisions or data-driven decisions, how to put them then together? So if you are someone who is having who is following, you are making emotional decisions, and one size fits plan. So it means that you are following some generic diet plan like a keto, vegan, intermittent fasting, and then you are stepping up on the scale and you are reacting for that number. So how you are going to react, you don't see the number what you like, and you are going to you are telling yourself that I'm not going to eat today, I will skip meal, I won't work out today, or I punish myself with the workout because I was not following my diet rules yesterday. And usually those people are very good at losing weight, but very bad at maintaining it. And if you are someone who is then on that other angle of that plan, that is that between one size fits all plan and data-driven decisions. So you follow generic diet like keto or any other diet I mentioned. It doesn't matter if the diet has name on it, it's a generic diet. So you make data-driven decisions, but as soon as you don't see results, you quit because it's not working, and you are jumping to another diet. Because if you, for some reason, you are not losing weight with keto anymore, you quit and you switch for another diet. So I'm very big in providing science-based information. I try to always bring the most accurate information, what science is saying, and trying to explain it kind of in a simple way. So this is what I call, if you are someone, what we talked earlier. So you are stepping, you have those emotions, you make emotional decisions, and you are following one size fits all plan. That's what I call yo-yo dieter. And if you are someone who is making data-driven decisions, but soon as you don't see results, you are telling that I'm out of here, I need a new plan because it's not working. And that's what I call diet hopper. So what it then means. So here are some couple biggest myths that are out there. Myth number one is that losing weight or reaching your fitness goals is all about finding a right diet for you. And these all diets you find are created by using rules for someone else to create calorie deficit, because that calorie deficit is it's not a diet, it's a law of energy balance. So it means that I'm sure that you are here. I hope you know what calorie deficit means. It means that you are taking in for less calories than your body needs, and whatever those rules are, like example of those rules, what you are making or somebody made for themselves is you are cutting all sugar out, you are cutting all carbs out, you are skipping your breakfast, you don't eat after 7 p.m. or you eat only animal products, or you hit your macros and you hit your calories. So those are all kind of rules what somebody have made for you, or there are to restrict your calorie intake. And the problem is that all these diets, that they have some rules. There is a right way to do it, and then there is the wrong way to do it. And it means that if you are doing keto, you are doing it in a right way when you are able to be without carbs. The problem is that as soon as you eat carbs, you are breaking the rules and you are doing it in a wrong way. So what often happens, especially if you have a little bit that all in or nothing mindset, is that you are going overboard as you already failed. You already broke those rules. So you are telling yourself that what is the point? So you end up eating even more than you should. You eat above when you feel already full. You keep eating those foods what you just broke those rules, because then your intention is to get back on track. Maybe it's going to be tomorrow, maybe on Monday, maybe next week. But now when you are still breaking those rules, you are allowing yourself and telling yourself that now it's okay to eat those. So you end up quitting and you are gaining all lost weight back, what you probably have lost. And other problem is that what you are going to do when the right way, but that when you do it in a right way, but it doesn't work anymore. So it makes you feel, you might think that you are the problem and you have to try harder. And this is so common. You are missing that willpower. So it feels it's so frustrating because you need to put yourself together, and you think that you just need more willpower. And the real issue isn't that which is the right diet for you. Rather it is that what is enjoyable and effective, and it must be customized for you. Because if you are following rules made for someone else, how you expect that you are going to get results if you say that, okay, I can lose weight with keto, but I hate doing it keto, because the most efficient and usually the only way to lose weight and maintain it after is to eat exactly the same way that you have been eating while you lost weight, just a little bit more. So it's really like that. It's not that, because if you are what is the most common problem with these people who are very good at losing weight, then they are like that, wow, what I should do, I have lost now, I reached my goal weight, what I should be doing. Like, they have no idea how to maintain those results. So then usually it happens, that pattern is that you go step by step back to that old you, and you are ending up gaining everything back. So before we are we are doing that customized plan for you, we have to separate belief and what actually causes that fat loss. So what are calories and macros? So you are already eating amount of calories and macros. If you are not counting your calories and macros, you are just not aware of those foods. So if you take any food, what you are putting into your mouth, it has some amount of calories, it has some amount of carbs, it has some amount of protein, some amount of fats. And if you usually foods are a combination of all of those things. And why then that counting calories and macros is the best way to build an effective and enjoyable plan for your goals. So first of all, it's number one is that it's maximizing your fat loss and minimizing muscle loss, because there is a big difference between weight loss and fat loss. For example, if you cut all carbs, carbs are a source of energy. And as you probably know, they are stored as a form of glycogen in your body to fuel your workouts, to keep you energy to do your daily activities, do cleaning, go for walks, stuff like that. And problem is that every gram of glycogen, so which is again source of carbs, stores 3 to 4 grams of water. So when you cut suddenly all carbs out, you are losing, let's say that we have storage, it depends on person, but 250 to 1,000 grams of glycogen storage. And each gram needs that 3 to 4 grams of water. So if you have, let's say, average person 750 grams of glycogen storage, which requires 2.5 kilos of water. So when you cut carbs out, you are seeing a rapid weight loss on a scale, but it has nothing to do with the fat loss. So you see different number on the scale, and that is the reason why those kind of low carb diets are very popular. But if you look, there are several studies. It doesn't make any difference for fat loss if you cut out your carbs, and that's why weight loss and fat loss are two different things. So why then that counting calories and macros? It removes that kind of good foods and bad foods. So if you are struggling with your relationship with food, it's improving that relationship with food. So there is no good or bad foods. There is more nutritious, more enjoyable foods. But it's easier said than done. But once you start to see things and food in a different perspective, because all that what we have done in the past, you might have those, they are affecting a very, very long time, those your behaviors. So, and also then number 3 is that it allows you to eat foods you actually enjoy. So because you should not cut completely all your favorite foods out, you just need to add them in moderation. And also number 4 is that you will learn from foods and patterns that keep you energized. So it's not about eating everything perfectly, but you are becoming aware what you are currently doing. And understanding it that counting calories and macros, it's a tool. It's that many people use it in a wrong way. So they are usually doing it that if you can't do it perfectly, then you're not doing it at all. So if you hit if you can't hit your numbers, you are failing. So if this is you, you have turned that calorie and macro counting as a diet. And this is what I call, if you are that person who is calling it like you have that your customized plan, you have your calorie and macro goal, but you make emotional decisions. So you use it wrong way, like any other diet. And then what is that kind of that sweet spot, what I call that you have your customized plan and you make data-driven decisions. It means that you are sustainable beast. I like to call it sustainable beast. And this sustainable beast is understanding signals that your body is trying to tell you. So you are taking as much emotion away as possible. And when you are able to do it, your journey is a lot more enjoyable and there is no finish line. So to make it like really clear, all diets, they work because of calorie deficit. And like I said and explained, fat loss and weight loss are not the same. So have you ever considered that believing that there is a perfect diet out there that leads you thinking that that there's grass is always greener elsewhere, rather than doing it what it takes to make your grass greener? So if it's like because when I talk with the people, and trust me, I talk with the tens of people every single day, it's like that, what is the best diet? What do you think? What is my opinion about this diet? It's not like that you are searching the best solution, what is working for maybe for your friend or something, but this is, you are looking that grass is greener always on the other side. But if you are able to make your own grass greener, your world is starting to change. So that success is not coming from a specific diet. It comes from you and how you are reacting on things that are happening in your life. Because there was a very good comments on Ingrid and Iris in a Facebook group. Like that hardest part is consistently, and especially when that busy season of life is happening, or you feel like that you are not making enough progress, or you are not recognizing that you are making progress. And those are the most common reasons. Like, but if you really think that success is really how you are reacting on things that are happening. And myth number 2 is that to lose weight, you have to eat less calories or burn more. And this is the most common mistake and myth I see so many people are doing. So, because if you really think that eating less and less, it's a losing strategy in the long term. So, because if you think that if that would be true, if you would you just would decide that you eat 0 calories, you are not going to eat anything. So obviously would you think that you would get the fastest possible results? Like, the more you are able to restrict, faster results you will get. Eventually, if you are doing this for longer, you are going to die. So that is a fact, and you understand it. It's necessary. So it's all about finding the balance and making sure that your body has enough fuel. So it's all about learning how to use that strategy, like those diet breaks and reverse dieting, and focusing on different things, because fat loss is a phase. It's not a journey. You should not be in a fat loss whole year or decade, because it's a phase, and we will talk more about tomorrow. But it's only phase, and this is just an example from Silvia. So before I started to work with Tulo, my limitations were in my knowledge and probably in my head, as I thought that with the restrictive behavior I could reach my goals, and that was only little productive and bringing me temporary results. Now, after working 7 months with Tulo, I have got new knowledge and guidance on a different path I wasn't aware of. Now I master the main into myself, so I could translate them in my everyday life, making it sustainable with long-term results. Initially, I wanted to get a more toned body and lose some fat, but I have got a lot more than just getting toned and losing fat. I have been able to get stronger, build some muscle, and lost some fat, which has led to more toned body. And the best part is with Silvia's story is that I have been able to reach all those goals and maintain my results. I have almost doubled up my calories. So I was eating 1,300 calories in the beginning and not getting a lot of results, and now eating 2,400 to 2,500 calories daily and getting a lot better results and having a lot better energy. I've also been able to create healthier relationship with food and my body. I also have been able to reduce my binge eating. So now, as I move forward alone, I trust myself and keep going with the things I have learned and applied so far, and moreover, keep learning and studying. Obviously, I will still be your biggest fan and won't stop being the beast I am. I will keep working hard. Thank you. And Silvia is the best example of what can happen, how you can, when you start to believe in yourself, start to trusting the process and allowing yourself to not only restrict, but in some point you need to add some food, and more we will talk about that tomorrow. Because then myth number 3 is that to lose weight you must cut all unhealthy foods, and because this is something like that what usually is going to lead this kind of cycle, like that you need to change your body composition, you need to lose weight, so of course you are going to do some kind of restriction. So you are thinking at that point that I have to get my body under control, so that will lead that it's leading to obsession. So you will tell yourself that I will never eat your favorite food or carbs or again. So it's all about willpower. That's what you are thinking. That obviously it works usually some moment, maybe for a while, and then like more you tell to yourself that I will never eat, I can't have that food again, it leads to struggling. Like you are going to have some cravings, you can't stop thinking about food, and again that one, it's only a matter of time that it will end up binging, overeating, and you are telling yourself that I will never have it again. So I would better enjoy it today. And that leads those weekend binges, overeatings, and using that cheat day, that eating a lot above your when you are already, you had enough. And how is that going to make you feel? You're going to feel guilt and shame. You think that you are a failure until you are going to start from all over, and you need to start that restriction and that cycle from all over. So if I know that from fact that your intent is to hit your goal faster, because who wouldn't like to get results faster? I don't know any person who doesn't want to get results faster. But if you really think it, that restricting and binging, it's actually slowing down that process. So if you are removing everything you enjoy, it will only cause you to binge later on. And it's easier said than done. I will give you some couple examples, but understanding that this is a learning process, and it's all about learning to find the right balance for you, because what is right balance for someone else, it's different for you than for your best friend. Like if you were watching yesterday, your spinach in your teeth is not the same than your friend's spinach in teeth. So it's not really a matter of cutting out all unhealthy foods. It's a matter of including them in moderation in your plan for success. And this is a great example from Tessa. What Tessa was posting, that I have been working with Turo 6 weeks, and I'm not lying when I say that my whole life has changed. Beginning of the year, I woke up with the feeling that I don't feel good in my body, and it affected strongly also in my mind. I told myself that it's time to do something. I tried all spring to get results, but nothing changed. Although I thought I had a good idea what I'm doing, I decided that it's time to let somebody help. And starting from first call, I got the feeling that Turo was dirty, but also warm and kind person. He introduced me to Treatbank, since my biggest problem was overeating in my cheat days. I used to be very hard on myself and not eating treats no other day than cheat day, which led overeating all the good stuff what I have been burning until cheat day. Now I find balance in eating treats when I want to. I love chocolate, and nothing is more satisfying than get few pieces after dinner and enjoy them with good conscience. My biggest goal is to try to make this permanent habit. It's not only diet for me. I'm trying to make this lifestyle in the future. And so far, it's going great. When I'm facing difficulties, I need to remember that I'm a person and I don't have good days every day. The most important thing is to be kind to yourself in a certain way, and understand that you are not perfect. This is going to be a long path, and I promised myself to be patient and trust the process. So this is such a big realization. This is an example how you can, if you have this kind of like cheat day problems, weekend overeating, this is not the only strategy, but it's only one way how to deal with those, because there are so many different options, and the solution is to find the right one, what you feel that is going to work for you. So if you the best way to think it, like I like to use in some other stories and examples, not only about calories, but think that calorie counting, it's like a budget. Like if you have 2,000 euros a day and you are a woman, you want to buy a bag, you have options. You can have several cheaper ones, or one from Louis Vuitton. I'm not a big bag guy or know anything, but my wife told that Louis Vuitton, or how to pronounce it, it's some expensive brand. So it's obviously quality is not the same, quantity is not the same, but you have a choice. There is nothing wrong or bad. There is no good or bad. It's just up to your preference, and it's same thing with the calorie counting. And understand that this is the process that takes some time, and I remember one of my earlier clients, Lara, said that she had to get rid of all sweets from her house or she would eat them. And then 6 months later, she wrote that she doesn't believe it, but she's having sweets on the table, but she's not eating them. So in the beginning, that restriction might be needed, but the ultimate goal is always to bring those things back in moderation, because obviously this is we are talking about food. If you are some like having some alcohol addict or drug addiction, this is something that you probably, those things you don't want. Obviously it's the ultimate goal, but I wouldn't recommend for someone who is some drug addict that you bring it back in a moderation, because that is the worst thing what you can do. But in a food, it's a different story. And this is for most people, it's possible to bring it back in a moderation. So you can, and how you can do it. So you can change your identity and you can change your beliefs. It is really possible to you. And how we are doing it, it's all starting at where you are right now. And as I said earlier, it doesn't mean anything about your future. So I have a quiz, what is called what type of dieter you are, and it's from those, I explained it earlier, what kind of dieter types there are, and your homework is today to post in the results what result you got, and what aha moments you got from this training. And I will add those links to comments, and you will find it from your workbook. And tomorrow is time for last training. We are putting all these things what you have learned this week together, and we are creating your customized plan. And this is where everything goes together, and it's starting to get exciting. And I hope you have been enjoying these lessons. Let me know in a Facebook group what dieter type you were, and I hope to see you tomorrow in a live session.